Hi, I'm Sterling, and if you're listening to this video and you watch it all the way to the end, you'll learn something more about speaking American English. Do you want to learn to speak American English with less Hispanic accent and make your speech sound more naturally American? I can help you with that. Today, we're going to talk about something we call reductions when we speak English. Flowing American English, it doesn't separate its words clearly. And reduction is a word we're going to use to describe how the dictionary pronunciation of any word becomes pronounced in an easier, faster way when we're speaking informally and when we're combining that word with other words in sentences. So reduction sometimes just reduces the duration of a word, how long it is, but at the same time, sometimes it changes a vowel sound. Sometimes it might change a consonant sound too. And that all depends on what words come before and after that word. And these natural changes are something that help the words all flow together into the sound and general accent of American English. So, what makes American English sound American is this flowing nature. We don't like to make any sudden changes in the shape of our mouth when we talk. And we like everything to sound as short as possible. And like I just said, we don't really like to move our mouth around a lot when we talk. We like it to flow together, also sometimes sounding like one continuous word. And there's no fixed rule for how to do this, but you'll get started on understanding the idea of how to do it by listening to some examples. And we're going to talk about one now. Let's start with a reduction, the change in pronunciation of the preposition to. Prepositions are connecting words and they don't really add a lot of important meaning to a sentence, so we tend to understress them. We tend to make them very short, reduce them. That's why we call this process reduction. So first let's talk about how to pronounce the word to and why and how it gets reduced. We'll talk first about the dictionary pronunciation of the word. The dictionary pronunciation is to. The first thing to notice is that this long U sound, even in its formal dictionary pronunciation, is not exactly the same sound as the sound in the word tú in Spanish. This is the first step in reducing your Hispanic accent. Listen to the difference. In Espanol, tú. In English, to. When we say to in English, that U sound is not so deep. The lips are less rounded than they are with the word to. Than they are with the word tú in Espanol. When you speak English, relax your mouth. Let that U sound open up. Watch my lips when I pronounce both versions. Espanol, tú. English, to. Tú, to. Tú, to. Relax. The lips are not so round. So we're not reducing yet. That's just a normal dictionary pronunciation of to. But I only mention this because when you speak English, as opposed to speaking Spanish, to sound natural, in general, you need to learn to just relax your mouth. Not so much muscle tension. So let's put the word to in a sentence. First, we'll just use the dictionary pronunciation of this sentence. No reductions. Here's the sentence. I would like you to take me to the store. Now, pronounced like that, that sounds very formal, stuffy, unnatural. When we speak natural English, we really run the words together without so much stopping between the words. And part of that involves a change in the pronunciation. So let's do reductions in this sentence step by step and you'll see what I'm saying. The reduction is not going to be just for the word to. We're going to illustrate what English speakers reduce when we pronounce this sentence in a normal fashion. First, a contraction. I would becomes the contraction I'd. One word becomes to. Contractions are the legal way to do reductions, and we have a standard set of contractions that we use in writing. With the contraction, sorry about that, with the contraction, I would like you to take me to the store becomes I'd like you to take me to the store. Now we haven't reduced anything else yet, we only added the contraction. But let's focus on reducing the first word to. It feels really natural to connect these three words, you to take, into one more continuous sound. And there are a couple of possible reductions of you to take, and you'll hear both a lot. So let's talk about the first one. First, the word to completely loses its long U sound, because English speakers are really lazy and we like to avoid unnecessary movements of the mouth when we speak. So to becomes t. It's just easier to do. That vowel is called the schwa sound. Ta. Make the T sound and then just open your mouth and do nothing with the lips or your mouth. Just relax. Nothing. This is the schwa vowel sound. So we're going to do the same thing to the word you. U becomes a schwa sound. The word you loses its U sound, and that's because it's just easier to open your mouth and do nothing instead of taking the effort to round your lips and make the U sound. Forget that, be lazy. You becomes ya. So how does this reduction sound in a sentence? We're going to keep adding reductions. I would like you to take me to the store becomes I'd like you to take me to the store. Now the other reduction you hear a lot is a change in how the T sound is made at the beginning of the word to when the word before it ends in a vowel, like we have here. It's going to tend to gain a voice because your voice was already making a sound when you made the vowel, so it sounds more like a D than a T. But that D isn't really a D. It's kind of formed with a flip of the tongue instead of making a constant connection with the roof of the mouth as we do with a D. And instead of talking about it, it's better to just to illustrate it. The flip of the tongue sounds a little bit more like a single R in Spanish, but it isn't. It's like ta-da, to the store, but it's not exactly an R. It's a little more solid sound, ta-da, 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 ta-da. I'd like you to take me to the store. I'd like you to take me to the store. The formal version, I would like you to take me to the store, becomes I'd like you to take me to the store. So we have just one more phrase left to reduce, to the store. The voice stays with the TH sound, but the sound is made in a little lazier way. We don't feel like sticking our tongue out all the way under the upper front teeth. It's too much work. Remember, we're lazy. We're connecting words together with a minimum of mouth movements. So instead of sticking your tongue all the way out and going under the front teeth, we just let it contact the roof of the mouth just behind the front teeth, enough to let some air through and sound almost the same. It's almost a TH sound. You can barely hear the difference. To the store. I would like you to take me to the store becomes, I'd like you to take me to the store. Notice that the beginning sound of ta also starts to get a flipped D sound. Mirada, 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 mirada. I'd like you to take me to the store. I'd like you to take me to the store. So, contrasting the two one more time. I would like you to take me to the store becomes, I'd like you to take me to the store. I would like you to take me to the store. I'd like you to take me to the store. I'd like you to take me to the store. I'd like you to take me to the store. So the way I wrote it in my documentation, it's not a perfect approximation, so that's why I'm making this video. Listen to me and do your best to copy me as I say the reduction several times. And let's work on making you sound more like a native US speaker. There's a lot more coming in the future about English, American English pronunciation, because a few students have asked me if I could help them reduce their Hispanic accent and sound more American, and I can do that. I'd be happy to give you some one-on-one coaching, and this is just the beginning. So thanks for listening. See you again sometime soon. Bye-bye.